All right, welcome back. Thank you for joining us with Roy Khan's PC Gaming. Been a little bit since I've gotten into some more video footage and talked about anything, but so Gran Turismo 7 dropped, and so I really want to not talk about that so much, but kind of talk about it because I am a PC gamer and we don't have Gran Turismo on PC. What we do have is a host of other games on PC, but the most common one that I believe is most commonly played is Forza's games. And Forza, in my opinion, is what I want to talk about. And after looking at a lot of the interesting things with Gran Turismo, things I would love to see with Forza. I've been playing Forza Motorsport. I love that game. I think I've played 2 or 3 different versions of it. One thing that's for sure that they really need to add in Forza, and this is my opinion, is again, we've got all these different types of vehicles, but we don't have those type of events. Now, when you look at Gran Turismo, you see that they have dirt or rally races in that game, right? So I'm looking at Gran Turismo, this new one that dropped, and I'm thinking to myself, why can't we see that in Forza? So Forza, I know you haven't released Motorsport 8 yet. I don't know what your intentions are with it, but maybe we could possibly see you adding actual races and events that go hand in hand with the vehicles that you carry in your game. So I'm just not going to let that one go. I think that's very important. I think, going forward with Forza Motorsports, we see clearly in the Horizon franchise that you do have those things there. And Horizon 5 looks wonderful. It's a great looking game, but it's not a motorsport game. And, me being a true fan of actual motorsport games, I'm like, really, I'm waiting on Motorsport 8. So having fun with Horizon and seeing, the ability of how a game can look, and then looking at Gran Turismo and seeing that, Gran Turismo, Gran Turismo 7, it looks pretty good, but I mean, does it even really compete with Horizon 5 as far as appearance goes? I'm not sure. It's pretty close call, but no, it's not. No, it's not. Horizon 5 looks very, very great, so let's not even play around with that. Now, with Forza Motorsport 8, so we have a career mode, and that's probably what you see running in the background right now is career mode. And with that career mode, it's pretty interesting, but it could probably use Gran Turismo's tests, right, to move into different driving genres, right? Take the test, see if you got a basic knowledge of that type of driving. Nothing serious and crazy, just basic knowledge of that driving. And then this can help because when you look at multiplayer, if you would take that, having to go through career or at least get licenses, basic knowledge licenses, and have them pass tests just to do events, that could probably help mold a better online multiplayer racing. So looking at Gran Turismo and how they do offer that what's in their game where you've got to go through these tests and classes or whatever, that probably is something that Forza could probably bring into their title, Motorsport. And I say that because let's just talk about passing, right? Knowing the right time to pass, making a clean pass. And if you can have a test where that has to be done, so then the driver who's playing the career mode understands, oh, that's what a clean pass is, right? Or coming into a first turn. Everybody knows this about motorsport. The first turn is always the most dangerous. So you're like, oh my God, either you're going to be in the front and out the way, or you're going to be in the back and you're going to put yourself in the back to wait through the crashes so that you can maneuver through the crashes and continue to race. Commonly, you see this type of activity in Motorsport 7 I play a lot. You see it in the league racing and you see it in the other matches. So this could probably be something they could incorporate to start showing drivers what clean racing really looks like. Now, I don't know how their penalty system is in Gran Turismo, but Motorsport 7 has a pretty good penalty system. It's pretty, let's just be real. So ranked racing, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, ranked racing, Forza is pretty good with that. But one thing I would force servers, right? Like as Forza runs their own servers, I would force league racing. I would force actual damage. Not the cosmetic stuff, actual damage, because that will stop chaotic drivers. Now, I know if somebody wrecks you out, you're going to be ticked because you can't get back into the match. You're wrecked out. I know it. But the person that wrecked you out should suffer a penalty and then be pulled out of the race and have that marked against them, which will then, 2 or 3 marks take them out of that league of racing and push them back into training. You see what I'm saying? And if you get pushed into training to get back into leagues, either you're going to stop playing league racing and go do something else, or you're going to actually start taking your racing seriously. You see what I'm saying? So let me help draw that a little bit better for Forza. Just imagine I entered the league race, I'm at the low level, and I'm in my first race, and the first thing I do is, because I want to get people out of my way, I just barrel right in the first corner. And when I barrel right into the first corner, the first thing is I utterly destroyed my engine from that accident, so that puts me out the race. And then a few people got put out that race as well, but I'm going to be the one that's going to draw that penalty for not slowing down for that corner, right? Me sliding across the track into a vehicle should then penalize me and then give me that mark. So now I've got to sit that race out, and I didn't even get to the first corner of the first lap. All right, now I get into my second race, and I'm like, oh wow, I didn't like that. I got a choice to make here. I didn't like it. Either I'm going to say, you know what, let me just slow my butt down on that first corner in this next race, because I want to actually run a race, right? And you've got to have something on the other end of that. And I'm talking about multiplayer. So let's say I'm getting, what I want to say, liveries. Or I'm getting, because Forza is known for this, you can win cars, you can win credits, you can win specially designed cars, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So let's just say there's a custom car that if I win, if I participate clean and get through the 4 or 5 races that I make it all the way through there, I get of course a rank increase, but I also get cash to buy more cars and other custom things, right? And then I can win liveries, or I can win cars, right? So Forza already has that. That's the best thing about Forza. Don't ever let that go. Keep that running. Now, because of that, I could literally, if I wreck out 3 races from doing this dumb stuff, I lose all that, right? I don't get the chance to get the liveries. I don't get the money. And even in that first race, when I wrecked out, I win no credits, no money, right? No money, no credits. I wrecked out, and then I'm penalized, and I now have to owe out for damaging 2 or 3 cars that got wrecked out because of me. So then any money I do win while playing ranked racing modes is going to be deducted when I win it to pay back these other companies. And I'm saying this, this is some technical crazy stuff. Who wants to deal with all that? Actually, people that want to race and have fun, they would be with that, because Forza has league racing, and then they have other racing, right? You can go join any lobby you want to in your world, and then there's league racing, right? So what I'm saying is, Forza having league racing, they can have a few brackets of league racing where this happens, right? 4 or 5 different brackets, and they're turning all the time, and then you have to stay clean, you have to have a good rating, and you have to not be wrecking people out to stay in the league, okay? And let's just say after 10 penalties, let's say 10 times when you're kicked out, if you get kicked out of the league 5 or 6 times, let's say 5 times, you get kicked out of league racing 5 times for your bad driving, you're going to have to create a whole new account or take a 30 or 45 day penalty of no league racing. You see what I'm saying? Before you can come back into it. And if they would do all that, and Gran Turismo might want to look at this idea too, but if you did that, you would change everything about actual ranked racing. You know what I'm saying? It just that particular genre. Again, not touching servers where you can go join any type of race you want. If you're into the crazy chaos, you can just go on over there. You know what I'm saying? Again, when you look at Forza Motorsport 7, you have multiplayer, and then you have league racing. It's like they have that. It's great. I would just like to see them make a few moves to better this. And like I said, penalizing and enforcing in ranked racing, like force in ranked racing, real damage. So if you plow through somebody, your engine's done, you're out of the race. If you slide into somebody and lose a wheel, you lost that wheel, you're back in the pit. You know what I'm saying? You're back in the pit, you're out of the race. You see what I'm saying? Because now that 2-3 laps you were going to run, you're instantaneously out of it. You lost your wheel, right? Slide, you know what I'm saying? Now, if somebody pushes you off the road and you lose your wheel or something like that and you can't turn, it makes sense. You're out of the race. You know what I'm saying? And then the person that did it, of course, is going to draw a penalty and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So those are a few things I definitely think Motorsport, the new Motorsport 8 needs to incorporate. And again, looking at Gran Turismo, it's a really great looking game, but the more and more I look at it, I notice that it looks great and it has a few things to offer, but it doesn't look. I haven't played Gran Turismo on PlayStation in a long time. I came back from the original PlayStation days with the original Gran Turismo back in the day of the original PlayStation, and so I haven't really been on PlayStation since a long time ago. But looking at the gameplay video footage, I was like, it looks like the people are struggling, and the actual movement of the car kind of looks arcadish to me. Like when I play Forza, and again, if you're probably looking at the background footage, you can see it's a little more realism, right? With the way the car looks to be moving on and off the road. You know what I'm saying? So there's something there. I don't play Gran Turismo, but if anybody does and you want to post in the comment, it is or it isn't, share that stuff, because I really don't know. I don't play it. I just know it looks pretty good. But anyways, I really want to see more things out of Forza coming with this Motorsport 8. I've been playing Motorsport 7, just getting myself hyped up again because I'm waiting for Motorsport 8. I haven't heard any news on it, any updates or anything on it. But I'm still getting hyped up because, with all the other race car games out there and playing with the wheel, I mean, you do have some good games out there, but they're lacking, again, having races set up for you to just join into. And so that's, to me, a big problem. And Motorsport covers that. Like, Motorsport covers a lot. They really cover a lot when it comes to the racing genre. And that's great. And it's just they can add a few more things that will hone in and make Motorsport 8 the top of the line racing sim. In my opinion, that's what it'll really do. We don't need all that extra technical stuff like where you've got to do a 5-minute or 10-minute practice and a 5-minute or 10-minute what do you call positioning lap, all that stuff, or qualify, excuse me. That's not really necessary, but with the look, the feel, and how they can even make it run on just about anything, they've got that mastered. And they also, when it comes to esports, you've got it. They've got it all. So anyways, I know that was long-winded. I just want to share my thoughts on that. Motorsport 7 is pretty good. Motorsport 8, I'm really hyped up for it. And I hope that they look at some of the things that Gran Turismo does, and then they start to incorporate that stuff. And I really do want to see actual tracks that fit the vehicles that we win in that game that we never really use in that game. What's the point of rally cars and rally trucks and stuff like that? And I don't get to run those races. That's crazy. But anyways, look, I hope y'all like this. To the next one.